like the efficient high-end botters, they were getting roughly my total seasonal experience, which is like 3.5k, in like 3 or 4 days or so with their bot. That includes keys, I guess. So, like the top bots were getting something like 12 trillion an hour or so, and my total XP is something like 600 trillion. So yeah, something like, yeah, you know, if you include like, you know, a bit less efficiency, keys, whatever, something like a week of botting could actually reach my Paragon that I had in the season now. Yeah, I talked about this earlier. Like the real XP meta next season is you set up like, you know, 10 bot accounts or so. Or maybe a bit more, let's say 20 to be safe. So 20 bot accounts, and you let them run GR150. And you join them to open a rift, and then you join the next one to open the rift, and you join the next one to open the rift. And after they're all done, you join the first one to close the rift, and you join the second one to close the rift. And you join the other guy to close the rift, and then you open again, and you open again, etc. So that's actually the strat. You just have the bot solo down to 50 for you while in the party, basically. And you come back to reach the closing XP. The closing XP is how much? Like half a trillion or so, a bit more with pools. 700 billion, I don't know. Something like that. So you can do this like roughly once every 30 seconds. So let's say, I don't know, let's say 100 times an hour. So yeah. Something like 70 trillion XP per hour or so. If you do this very efficiently. What is the point? Oh, the point is to try to get to 20k Paragon in one season, I guess. At some point it might happen, if they just slack long enough. Again, like for example, this time we had like a 4.5 month season or something, right? It was really long. So if that happens again next season, and they slack for like another 1.5 months too long, then yeah, there's actually a very serious chance that this might happen. I calculated this with Norfar, lately. Like I think with like 100 trillion XP an hour for 20 hours a day or something, it's something like 80 days to Paragon 20k, from 0 to 20k. So it might actually happen. It's kind of funny thinking about it, considering that we just reached the first non-season 20k ever. Now imagine, like, you know, just 4 months from now we're gonna see another 20k on season. That would actually be absolutely bananas. We can calculate it if you want. Let's see. So we say 0 to 20k. So here's 135 trillion is what we need. So let's say we do the GR 150. 4 players, completion time. Okay, how long do you need to join the game, open the GR, and leave the game with menu time? Let's say 30 seconds, half a minute. Yeah, per GR, 150. I mean, you just need to leech. You don't even need the gems, right? You just need to leech and close. So just go in and close and go next game. With a dashing strike monk or so, you can just immediately dash to Auric. You can like fully automate that thing. Town time? I don't know. How long is town time? Not very long. But let's give it another 30 seconds. So this is like 1 minute per GR 150 basically. Fully pooled, hours per day 20. Here you go. It's 70 trillion XP per hour if you take 1 minute per GR 150. So this is very doable. 1 minute is kind of generous, I think. You spend insane amount of keys. Yeah, that is true, but you also get insane amount of keys. If you have bot army inviting you for keys, you get like 5, well, how much is it? 4.6 keys per rift with canes. You get 4.6 rift keys per, let's say, 20 seconds. If you have bot army inviting you to the T16 with guardians all the time, you can get something like 700 keys an hour or so, I think they're doing. So this is not really a big deal. Like you do this for 1 hour a day, or maybe 2. Like, yeah, I just like the 20 hours, yeah. The keys will not be a big deal. If you get like 700 keys, even 500 keys an hour, it's very doable. I did that manually with people inviting me to Greater Rift, and this was like, not to Greater Rift, to T16. When I was pushing in Season 21, I had people inviting me when I was running out of keys, and they killed the boss and I moved to the next game. And I did this not optimized 500 keys an hour. Yeah, if you get something like this, 500 keys plus an hour, I mean, how much do you spend? It's 1 minute per GR, right? So it's like 60 keys an hour, so you need per day 1200 keys. So theoretically, I can do like 600 keys an hour, 2 hours, gives you all the keys for a day. And there's still 2 hours left of slack and downtime and whatever. Which is probably like taking pools, I guess. So 2 hours of taking pools, 2 hours of getting keys, 20 hours of this basically. So this is the idea. And it's 96 days. And I think this is quite long here. Because basically if you join into a game with like fast loading time, it takes like maybe 10 seconds. I don't know, maybe that's like ways to optimize this. You open a GR, you instantly leave. So open GR, leave is like 1 second. And get invited by the next guy. Join the game, it's like another 10 seconds. So you're like 20 seconds to open like 2 GRs, for example. And then let's say per minute you can open 6 GRs. And then again, like once they're done, let's say after 5 minutes or whatever, you come back. And you close them all. Let's do like a 5-minute rotation. You open rifts for 5 minutes every 10 seconds. So 6 per minute. So you have 30 rifts open in 5 minutes. And then you spend another 5 minutes closing them again with everyone. So you spend 10 minutes for 30 rifts. So theoretically you can get much more than this, I think. You can probably go way above 120 an hour. I think something like 2 GRs per hour. 2 GRs per minute on average is quite doable, even taking pools and the higher paragons at least. Like once you say like 10k plus, the pools last so long. Well, not really long in this case because you constantly get a lot of XP. But the pools will definitely last for more than closing or something. Let's see. Let's say like Paragon 15k. You do 150 4-man. Pools needed per Greater Rift. This includes the entire Greater Rift, which you're not actually doing. So you need 1 pool per 5 GRs here if you actually run them. But since you're only close, you need like 1 pool per, I don't know, like 8 maybe at this point. At 10k, it's still like 1 pool per maybe 3. So like 1 car level, 6 GRs. Yeah, you can do this easily 100 per minute plus an hour, let's say. This is kind of slack mode here. So you could add some slack, but say in the 15 seconds, you still need to do cows and stuff. Yeah, 72 days. I don't know. It's doable. If 100 trillion an hour consistently, it's doable. Yeah, but yeah, this is like over 2 quadrillion XP per day. How much is 1 quadrillion? Let's say 4,000 is... Yeah, 4,000 is roughly 1 quadrillion. So 0 to 4,000. Well, I actually do like 2 quadrillion or something. Like, how much is that per day? 2.5, so 5,500. Yeah, it's something like 0 to 5,500 per day is what you need to do it in like 2-3 months. More like 3. Like you have to also like include a bit of slack because like the first few weeks of the season are not gonna be that efficient, right? So let's say the first 2 weeks we just say 0 XP. So you can just straight up add 14 days to this, so we are at 86. And then you just calculate with these numbers. So I think this is kind of fair. So yeah, it's doable in 3 months. That's the strat, guys. In case you're wondering. So yeah, it's just pretty stupid that like basically so much hinges on like paragons, I guess, and character power. And it's so bottable, right? That's the big problem, that, you know, the problem is not the botting itself, because that's gonna happen anyway. The problem is that it's so bottable, you know, that it's so much worth doing compared to not botting and playing yourself. It's just too efficient. Right? Theoretically could bot in PoE as well, and people do that, right? But no serious player does it because there's no reason. Because, you know, it all comes down to your own ability to play and understand the game 1,000 times more than a bot could ever help you, if anything, in this game. But it's not the case in D3. In D3, it's very simple. And you blast. And blasting equals paragons, and paragons equals better ranks.